I will be showing you how to path grapple, you know, in third person. I mean, sorry about that. And so basically, what you do as soon as the grapple connects to the ground. Okay, well I wasn't running. But as soon as the grapple connects to the ground, like this, you jump, and you can do whatever, and then that's how you get your momentum. And I know not many people will want to play Pathfinder anymore because of his huge nerf. 2 of them. But just in case there's people that do want to play Pathfinder but don't know how to use his grapple correctly, that's how you do it. When it connects to the ground, you want to jump with spacebar, A on Xbox, and X on PlayStation. And then you'll have that momentum that you see if you watch any YouTubers, content creators that, you know, that use Pathfinder. They will do that. And I'll cut it into the next firing range part in a moment. AD strafing. So this is very weird. It took me a bit to get used to. It took me about, I'd say, 4 weeks before this to get used to. And basically what you do is L2, or like, I think it's LB on Xbox, and left mouse, or right mouse, click for, button, I mean, for ADSing. And then left analog to move around, or WASD for PC, and for PC you have to move your mouse, and for console you just have to move your right analog to, you know, move your aim. Then you just basically have to do this. You can combine some jumps with it for AD strafing, and then you will be pretty set. And I'll cut into the next part. Okay guys, so the next part is wall jumping. You have to, okay, let me do that. Redo that. Okay. So basically, you just have to do this. Run, slide, jump, then you just let it happen. Okay? Let me show you guys again. Run, slide, okay. you guys get the point. Let me show you another one. Run, slide, jump. And then I'm pretty sure you can also shoot midair with this. Yeah, you can. Okay. But that does slow your wall jump down a lot. And I think you can also do something like this. Okay. Where it could also send you to like middle, right, left. But it's not as much of a distance. It's not as much of like a slope, you know? But I will cut right into the next part right now. Okay, now to the controls. You definitely, okay, wait, settings. If you're on PC, just skip to about, okay, I don't know, I'll put that in when I'm editing. But if you're on console, PlayStation or Xbox, I definitely recommend these settings. Where is it? Button layout. You can go to customized, you know, to make them whatever you want if you only want 2 of them changed. For me, or I think it's button puncher, where your crouch is R and your melee is circle. And this basically makes it so you can crouch spam like this. Try doing that with your far left. Imagine AD strafing like this. You know, you have your good AD strafes down, like we learned. But then you have to take your finger off the crouch button and then you're like this for about like a second or so. And then you freaking, you know, just die because you don't have movement or like aim for about a second. You hate to see it. And plus, I die so many times because I accidentally punched when I meant to just like, you know, move, because I pressed you know, on the right analog too hard. So I definitely recommend having your R as a crouch, and your whatever it is on Xbox to circle, the equivalent of circle for melee. And I will cut into the next part right now. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And the 2 tips I will mainly be talking about for this little like commentary part are which characters you should and shouldn't use, and I'm only gonna talk about 4 of them. It's a tiny part of the video. It's only like 2 minutes. But the next one will be Uh, the other one will be team comps, basically team combinations. So let's get right into it. So first one is you shouldn't use Watson and Caustic in bronze, silver, and gold lobbies. I hate it when I see a Caustic, a Watson, and you know, and I'm not just telling you so you if you're in a gold lobby with me to not use them so I don't run into you. It's just that you shouldn't use it because I feel like in those ranks you can play a bit more aggressive without losing as many points. In gold and above, I usually might recommend using him. Yeah, I do recommend using him in gold and above, but silver and bronze lobbies, I don't recommend using them. I see so many people in bronze, and if you see my bronze IDXEs, both of them actually. I saw a bit of Caustics and a bit of Watsons already in bronze. Like, yeah, you could get used to them very early on, but, like, it's not worth it. I think they're pretty easy characters to learn as well. If you really need help with them, just go to firing range. Actually, no, that won't do much. Caustic's a very simple legend in my opinion, and Watson is too, to learn. So I think that they're pretty easy to learn. Or just watch Macro's videos on Watson for noobs and Caustic for noobs. I definitely recommend watching him as well, because he does have most of the guys for all the legends. Actually, no, he has them for all the legends now. And basically, he just helps us. He helps people master them. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the other part of this little tip thing. I recommend using Lifeline and Gibby early on, and later on too. After gold, you really need to stick together like glue. After plat, you just need to stick together like freaking like if you're boyfriends with each other. Not that homo-ish, but like you know what I mean. But like, I definitely recommend using them very early on, especially if you come from other games like PUBG, Fortnite, because they're not as team-based in my opinion. If you do work with your team in them, you will destroy though. If, like, for example, if you focus one guy in them, you could just cook them up, fry them up, you know? But then, if you came from one of these games, I recommend using Gibby or Lifeline just to see, like, how team-based Apex really is to work with your team. That there is even two characters just committed to working with their team. But I'll move on into the next tip, and it is team comps. I recommend using. This is the best team comp in my opinion. Revenant, Crypto, and Wraith. Wraith can teleport you out if you're in a bad spot. Like for example, if they destroy your totem, and then they just hit you guys for way too much. Then Wraith can pour you out of there if you're in trouble. But then if it goes correctly for you, this is how it would go. Revenant ults, you have another life, so it doesn't matter if you do Crypto ult bad, because you just have another life no matter what. If Crypto gets the ult right, he does 50 damage to every single person. And then everyone else also has a second life. So you guys might at minimum get like one knock, if not a lot of damage off, with that 50 damage upon that even. If you know, I don't really know how to explain it, but I think you guys might know it. And let's move on into another team comp that I recommend. If you really want to work with your team and like learn how to if you really want to like help each other like out a lot, you should use this. Lifeline, Gibby, and Crypto or Bloodhound. Either one works in this. Because with Bloodhound and Crypto, you can scan where the enemies are, let your teammates know where they are and stuff. With Gibby and Lifeline, Gibby can protect you, Lifeline can res safely behind a little shield. And I think why you need Gibby in this especially is because he can airstrike you while the Lifeline is resing, and he can just dome on top of the Lifeline, so like you have like fully like shielded, if you know. Like, basically, I don't know what I'm really saying, but I just am. on you?
No, I hear him.
But I think an off-meta like thing, okay, off-meta,
No, I
you
checked it
know,
already.
team
I checked
comp
it already.
is definitely this.
I checked it.
Bangalore, Loba, I'd say. And I also would recommend Pathfinder. You definitely want to play aggressive with them, especially in bronze,
Oh,
in
I heard
silver,
him
and
over
gold.
here.
Dude, yeah. There's no like, dude, they're not in the buff packs either. And especially if you're on bronze, just mainly rush everyone, try and get better at the game. And one last quick tip, by the way. And yes, if you were wondering, they are different parts. These two like little commentaries, I accidentally messed up and had to like make them halfway. But one thing before the video ends, I definitely recommend warming up 2 to 3 games. I recommend, but you can do one game if you do decent, and you can just go into a ranked match. I don't recommend just going in, especially if you just woke up. I definitely don't recommend going in. I recommend 10 minutes in firing range, stuff like that. 2 to 3 games in a regular match, stuff like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I will see you all in the next one, and have a good day or night wherever you are. How much points did you get? You got like 2, right? Or like 3?
I got 138 that game.
How much did I get?